We have 2-3 comments, on the web. We have Mehnaz Chi, who says, I completely agree. Dr. Naik deserves to be in a better place. And the lady, Barkha Dutt, seemed to have no knowledge of who Dr. Naik is.
I disagree with that statement.
Dr. Zakir disagrees.
Barkha Dutt will surely be knowing who I am. That is the reason they had me on the show. That is the reason when she spoke to me the first time in the show, she said that you come on TV more than me.
Alhamdulillah.
And when she asked the third question, she said that I know that you love answering questions from the audience. So I disagree with that statement that she doesn't know me. She knew me, but she being an expert moderator, she really moderated, not with honesty, but she had a point of view. And as I said earlier, that it depends upon the integrity and the sincerity of the moderator and the producer to project the people who are there on the show.
I think the sister's misunderstanding stands corrected. Yes. Any further questions? Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Aman Bukhari. Barkha Dutt doubted your reply, which you had tried to give about the Taliban's and how the American media, they manipulate the public. And according to her, CNN and BBC are the gospels for her. Now, the very same CNN and BBC had said that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. And this was being relayed on these channels day after day, week after week, and months after months. And in spite of America invading Iraq, it was not able to find any weapons of mass destruction. My question to Barkha Dutt is, come on, Barkha Dutt, where is your answer to this? Where are the weapons of mass destruction? Your comments, please, sir.
These examples can be given in scores, and I do agree with you. Not that I am a fan of Saddam Hussein. Neither do I say that Saddam Hussein is a practicing Muslim. But America attacks Iraq and puts a sanction embargo that no medicine, no food should go there, because of which more than 500,000 children were killed because of the sanction, putting sanctions. Who's to blame? And when they attack Iraq, they don't find any weapons of mass destruction. Who's to blame? I would blame George Bush. It is clear. Why can't she read between the lines? And she's a woman of the media. Or maybe, I don't know why she... It's very evident that even when Saddam Hussein was arrested, he had a trial, inverted commas, whether it's just, I don't know. Irrespective what he has done, in Islam we have to give a fair chance to the person who is the culprit or the person who you think is responsible. I doubt whether he was given a free chance. Fine, I do agree he has done many evils, maybe, but surely there was no proof of weapons of mass destruction. No proof. And has anyone condemned George Bush? Fine. I know later on many people did say that he's terrorist number one. And when the survey came in America and throughout the world, who is terrorist number one? Is it Bin Laden? Is it Saddam Hussein? Or is it George Bush? And do you know, in all the polls, whether conducted in America or UK or throughout the world, George Bush, he swept the polls. The lowest he got was 73%. And some votes he got more than 80%. Now, when people compared, Americans compared, who is a terrorist? Bin Laden, Saddam Hussein or George Bush? Even in the BBC poll, George Bush swept the polls. Now, doesn't Barkha Dutt know about that? So very, very comfortably, they take what they want from the BBC and they don't take what they don't want. And this is not again publicized. It comes once and finish. So if Barkha Dutt is a woman of the media, the same BBC says that this is the public opinion. Has she said, come on, BBC?
Yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tanveer Sheikh. By profession, I'm a businessman. After watching the program, it appeared that Barkha Dutt and Kabir Khan were trying to promote a new religion known as the moderate Islam, where everything that Islam permits is prohibited and everything that Islam prohibits is permitted in this religion. So your opinion about that? Jazakallah.
As far as Barkha Dutt and Kabir Khan promoting moderate Muslim, that I answered in the email very clearly. I did not comment further that when I spoke, if you see the full debate, I was asked only 4 questions by Barkha Dutt. And in these 4 questions, I was interjected by her more than 12 times. On average, every question she interjected thrice, not allowing me to complete. And Kabir Khan also interjected me thrice. So this shows that even if they give me 3.5 minutes, if they give 3.5 minutes to me, okay, speak for 3.5 minutes, or speak 1 minute without interjection, I don't mind. I don't mind going on a show, even speak for 3 minutes, saying, okay, here, you have got 3 times 1 minute and 1 time half minute, I've got no problem. Give me 4 times. But saying a sentence, 20 seconds, again interjecting, again asking a second question, this is an expertise of a person who's well-versed. Not that I wasn't aware, but I, being on the panel, not the moderator, I could not do anything. And same thing, when I spoke something, if she didn't interject, it was Kabir Khan. So one answer on average 4 times. Once by Kabir Khan and thrice by Barkha Dutt. But irrespective of what it is, I did make my point clear that Muslim is a person who submits his will to God. It's not submitting the will to Kabir or to Barkha. It's submitting your will to God. What's the will of God? Read the Quran. And Quran says, Rasul, you have to go to the Hadith. So if you want to know what a true Muslim is, you have to read the Quran and follow the commandments. Go to the Hadith and read, that's it. And any scholar will say anything, if it matches with Quran and Sahih Hadith, you follow. What I say also has got no value in Islam. If what I say matches with the Quran and Sahih Hadith, you follow it. So even if Barkha Dutt says something about Islam, if it matches with Quran and Sahih Hadith, you follow. If it doesn't match it, you leave it aside.
On this, yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Brother, don't you think we are showing too much discomfort after this program and making the skeptics happy with this? I mean, I believe that you can pull it off and you can make many more opportunities after this.
That's a very good question. That aren't we overdoing it? Isn't the overreaction by us to do such a show? We'll have many other opportunities. I partly agree with you. And that's what some people said, that don't do the show. But they were more in favor. So doing this show is not mainly regarding NDTV, this show, We the People. We the People and Barkha Dutt are insignificant for me. I do agree with you. Don't misunderstand that this show is done only about NDTV and Barkha Dutt. Impossible. If this is your analysis, I agree with you totally. It's a waste of time. But this show mainly is exposing in general what talk shows are. That's the reason if you realize that the earlier 45 minutes, we didn't speak about NDTV. It is the audience which is asking me. If they ask, I have to answer. So basically, NDTV per se is not what is important. It is to let the public know what talk show is about. And since this program was aired recently, we find many questions coming on that. What I would request that even if public ask in general what talk shows are, it's important. So here what is it? That we are having specific time on that issue. Though I have spoken about media, but normally when a person poses me a question answer session, the answer can't be for more than 3, 4 or 5 minutes. Here we have a couple of hours to speak about it, post-mortem it, and discuss it. So it's very important that the main purpose of this show is to let the people know what goes behind the scene. And I'm sure, if you're not a man of the media, do you know that by editing, if I take your TV interview and I take your comment and I edit, as I mentioned earlier, you too would feel the slip of the tongue, which maybe before the show you weren't aware of it. Were you aware that a portion can be cut? You are aware editing is done. But even if I take your interview, you would be shocked and you will think that it was a slip of the tongue when you say that, if you disagree with George Bush, I'll make you feel as though you're agreeing. So these things, if examples are given, this is not part of the show, not part of NDTV. I gave a couple of examples of NDTV, but generally what happens behind the scene. So the main purpose of this is not overdoing it, is to expose the truth behind the TV talk shows.
Jazakallah, Dr. Zakir. We continue with our displeasure, discontent, distress. These
كم تسابقتم مع طائر الصباح وتناديتم بحيا للفلاح للمصلى كنتم مثل الجناح كطيور عانقت نجم الفضاء